Hello everyone, it's Dale here. In this video I want to talk about the strongest volume profile levels to trade this week. We are going to take a look at the US dollar Canadian dollar, also at the US dollar Japanese yen, and also at the US dollar Swiss franc. So let's take a look at it. What you see before you, this is NinjaTrader 8 platform with my custom-made volume profile and VWAP indicators. And this chart is a 30-minute chart of the US dollar Canadian dollar. What you can see on this chart are two support levels that I want to talk about this one and this one. And let me start with a volume profile analysis. I think that you'll be able to see those levels very nicely on volume profile. If you look at the, you know what, I'll just move the profile like this so it covers both the levels. So if you take a look at this level and the volumes formed around it, you can notice that in this area the heaviest volume zone was this one. This was the place where buyers who were pushing the price up were most active. If I move the profile a little bit more to the right, it's I think better visible. You can see this heavy volume zone here a little bit better, I think. And really this rotation is most relevant, at least for me, for this support level. So anyways, this represents a place where buyers were active. I can tell because after this accumulation of volumes there was this strong buying activity, so that's why I'm saying that buyers were active here. So buyers were active here, pushed the price up, and if the price comes back to this level, there's a solid chance that there'll be a reaction, as the buyers from here will want to defend this place, which is clearly important for them because they were active here before. So we just need to wait for the pullback. When it occurs, then take the long from there. The level is at 1.3573. Now what adds strength to this level is also a beginning of a fair value gap. As you can see, it is highlighted in green in here. This is the fair value gap from Smart Money Concepts. And right here, this is the beginning of the fair value gap, exactly at the place where I have the level. Right, so that's a thing that also adds strength to the level, because fair value gap is a sign of aggression. In this case, aggression of the buyers. So that's for that first level. Regarding the second long, volume-wise, this level is not as strong as the level above it. But I would say that this is strong level as well. First reason, it is important place because there was strong rejection of lower prices. This is where the trend turned from a downtrend into an uptrend, right? So that's the first thing why this place is important. Another thing is you can really see the beginning of that aggressive move here, starting from this place. See those candles, and especially this fair value gap. The level is at the beginning of the fair value gap at 1.3514. So that's why this level is important, right? Not just volumes. We do see a little volume cluster here, which represents a place where the buyers who reversed the price started to step in, right? So this is the volume cluster where the buyers stepped in. The level is at the beginning of the volume cluster, right? At the same time, at the beginning of this fair value gap. So that's why I have the level there. That's why I think that if there's a pullback at some point in the future to this level, there should be a reaction. All right, so those are the two levels on the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Let's now move on to check the US dollar, Japanese yen. What I have here on this 30-minute chart of the US dollar Japanese yen is a resistance level. Resistance at 155.04. This resistance is based on strong downtrend, this downtrend, and it is based on a heavy volume cluster formed within the downtrend. Let me show you using the volume profile. This is that significant volume cluster formed within the downtrend. The price likes to react to such volume clusters. For example, to this one, you can see that the price made that reaction there, overshot the level a bit, but I think this was during macro news anyways, but still, this is how the price is supposed to look like, to react to a volume cluster. So I expect the same thing to happen with this volume cluster, right? So I expect that if there's a pullback, there will be a reaction to the beginning of that volume cluster. Because when there is a volume cluster formed in a downtrend, then it means that sellers were adding to their short positions there, right? At this place. And those sellers should become active when the price reaches this place again at some point in the future. So that's why there should be that reaction to this level. So that's the reason number one, the volume profile, heavy volume cluster we have here. But again, as with the previous examples, we have a fair value gap, one in here, one in here. When they are close to each other, like I look at it as if this was one big fair value gap beginning exactly here at our level at 155.04. Right, so we have the volume cluster, we have the fair value gap. Now we just need to wait for the price to make a pullback, and if it does make pullback to this level, then it's short from there. All right, sellers from here should become active and push the price down from there again. So that's the trend setup on the US dollar Japanese yen, and let's now check out the US dollar Swiss franc. In here there is a different kind of setup. It's a setup which is called the rejection setup. And I trade this setup when there is a strong rejection of lower prices, like here. This is rejection of lower prices. And a couple of things need to be met. A couple of conditions need to be met for this level, or for this setup to be valid. First, there needs to be that rejection of lower prices. Then there needs to be a significant volume cluster in that rejection, like this one, right? Because it marks a place where buyers stepped in, right? Very similar scenario as on the US dollar Japanese yen. So there needs to be the volume cluster. Also, what I like to see is a fair value gap, like in here. My level is at the beginning of this fair value gap. And those are the conditions, because the fair value gap, it shows aggression of buyers who stepped in and reversed that downtrend into new uptrend, right? So that's why I want to see a fair value gap there. So all the conditions were met in here. That's why this is a valid setup. And right now I'm just waiting for the pullback when the price hits this level, the beginning of the heavy volume zone, as well as the beginning of the fair value gap. Then I'm going to go long from there. The level is at 0.7638. Obviously, if any of those levels get hit during macro news, I mean like a strong macro news, high impact macro news, I'm not going to trade them because that would be very, very risky. But if the levels are not hit during macro news, I just, place limit orders at the levels and trade those with simple limit orders. If you guys are interested in learning more about volume profile trading, then head over to my website. It is at traderdale.com, and if you click this button which says trading course and tools, it will bring you to this page where you can browse my trading education and custom-made indicators. You can get a couple of indicator and education packs in here separately, or scroll down a bit where you can get those in a special discounted bundle. Now, before I wrap the video up, I'd like to announce a winner of a contest we had last time. The prize of the contest were my custom-made volume profile and VWAP indicators for TradingView platform, and right now on your screen you see the name of the person who won in the contest. So congratulations to the winner, and what I'll do next is I'll do another contest for the next week. The only thing that you need to do to participate in this contest is leave a comment below this video, which I'll publish on YouTube, and next week I'll randomly pick one person to win this set of custom-made indicators. So that's about that. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you next time, and until then, happy trading!